Let's get some analysis on this now. Joining me is Sultan Barakat from York in the UK. He's a professor of public policy at Hamad bin Khalifa University and also a senior associate fellow of the Royal United Services Institute. Great to have you here with us on TRT World. So I'm sure you were listening to our correspondent Yunus Demirolu updating us out of occupied East Jerusalem on the situation within the Israeli society when it comes to appetite for this war on Gaza to continue. And I think it's fair to say right now that there is a significant section within the Israeli society which opposes this war now. They don't want this war to continue. But there's one section of the society, the supporters of the Israeli far right, the supporters of people like Itamar Ben-Gvir, supporters of people like Smotrich. Now, I think this is going to be tricky for Netanyahu, right? Because in order for him to sign any sort of agreement, he has to make sure that people like Smotrich and Itamar Ben-Gvir and their supporters are taken into consideration when it comes to any sort of possible ceasefire in Gaza.
Yes, and he is very good in manipulating all sides, including those the extremist side within his government. And I think he's playing everyone. He's playing for time. He's trying to make sure that his original objective, is still very much in sight. And you can see that even in this time when he's re-engaged in the negotiations, he's repeated the same pattern. He first agrees to the overall agreement, then he sends his team to negotiate in Doha, and simultaneously he continues his attacks on the Palestinians. He increases the pressure on Hamas to, in fact, reject or to withdraw from the talks. Today only, there are almost 100 people killed. On average, every day, 100 people are killed in Gaza. The majority of them are killed while chasing food with his controversial organization that he introduced to Gaza. So there is no real goodwill on his side to advance those talks in any way. And you could see, we've talked about this, a week ago, I think. He has delayed everything, stalled all the process until he managed to get to Washington. Now in Washington, he's also using his base of support amongst the Senate, the Congress, the American capital, groups, those who support Israel, to place greater pressure on Trump as well, to get them all to understand his need to achieve his objective, and that is the total defeat of Hamas, which unfortunately is not able
talking
to
about
accept.
the U.S., Sultan, see, this is what I have noticed, especially over the past 2 months when it comes to the relationship between Netanyahu and Donald Trump. It took only one phone call by Donald Trump to Netanyahu to stop Israeli attacks on Iran, as you may remember. If Donald Trump wants, he can do the same. But something is stopping him from doing that. Why do you think Netanyahu has been able to convince American presidents like Donald Trump and formerly Biden to basically continue what he's doing in Gaza? What kind of cards does he have here?
Because when it comes to the actual project of Israel and settling Palestine and ensuring security to the state of Israel, all the American presidents are really under pressure from their base and the deep state within the United States, which is very supportive of the Israeli project. And Netanyahu understands this very well. This is why he does not tackle any of those critical issues unless he's in the United States amongst his base of support. He understands the pressure they can place on Trump and other presidents. And you can see that he's doing this round he's meeting with a lot of people. He's not just there to talk to Trump. And that is a different situation from when Trump needed to end the war with Iran, because that end of the conflict has been choreographed very carefully with the involvement of Iran and Qatar and other countries and other key players in the region. And Netanyahu's attempt to send a last wave of bombs to Iran would have disturbed that balance. And Trump was in a position to say, stop. But I think when it comes to the actual arrangement within Israel and the Palestinian issue, it is much more complex than that.
Fascinating insights. Sultan Barakat, thanks very much for joining me here on TRT World. I really appreciate your taking out the time.